All right, now we're going to start multiplying and dividing with powers of 10, which is basically the same as if you did it with 10, 100, or 1,000, except now it's being written as 10 to the first, 10 squared, 10 cubed, etc. So let's remember that the little number tells you how many zeros are going to be in your answer. And so if you're doing it times a power of 10, you just keep this number the same, 7 times 1, and then this tells you how many zeros are going to be in your answer. So let's take a look. 1 0 makes 70. The next one has a 2 in the exponent, so it's going to be 2 zeros. The next one has a 3 in the exponent, so there's going to be 3 zeros. Now, if you're doing it with decimals, it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of it being the amount of zeros, it's going to be how many places that you move the decimal. So we know when we're multiplying by powers of 10, we can put zeros on the end. And we know that works with whole numbers, but when we're doing decimals, putting zeros on the end doesn't work, right? We remember that. Instead, we move the decimal the number of spots that there are zeros. So if there's 1 0, we move the decimal 1 spot. If there's 2 zeros, we move it 2 spots, right? We remember this. Well, that translates right into powers of 10's exponents. The little number tells you how many zeros, right? So that tells you how many times you're going to move the decimal. 1 spot. Gonna move it 2 spots. Gonna move it 3 spots. So the little number told you how many zeros would be in your answer for whole numbers, which means for decimals, it means how many spots you're going to move the decimal. And this works with division too. We know when we divide by 10, 100, or 1,000, we move the decimal the number of spots that there are zeros. And we just move them to the left, right? Well, it works the same way when we're doing powers of 10 written as exponents. We just look at the exponent. It tells us how many zeros. That tells us how many spots we're going to move it. 1 spot. Move it 2 spots. Move it 3 spots. Ta-da! So the little number tells you how many zeros for whole numbers, how many spots you're going to move the decimal for decimals. It's really the same thing you've been doing, just instead of counting zeros like you did, oops, click, no, ah. So like when you did this kind of problem, you count the zeros, right? Now you don't count zeros. You just look at the exponent. That tells you how many zeros there would be. That tells you how many spots to move. Now let's take a look at the Khan Academy so we know how to put in our answer. So you'll click here and go, but how am I supposed to put in an exponent? How do I do the little small number? Well, if you click in the box, you'll see all kinds of options. You want to click the one that says AB. You can see it looks like an exponent. And then you can use your little arrow key to go through and put 10 to however many power. So let's see, how many spots did the decimal move for this one? It moved 1, 2, 3 spots. So it moved 3 spots. That means the little number is 3. So you click in the spot, you click this option, and then you just replace the numbers. All right, I have math help at 2:30 if you need help.